It's gonna be good, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be better, I can't wait. Making my move, live for the day, sing like a bird, fly like a plane. Come spill with me, Jenny D.
People, it's me, Jenny D from Spill With Me, Jenny D podcast. I am so excited for my new episode with my new guest who I've been wanting to have on my podcast for so long, but we, both busy.
Ladies.
We're such busy ladies. This is Sandi Kern. Sandi Kern is a health coach, an entrepreneur. She has Desire to Be Well Juiceries. She has 3. And when I first met her, I don't even know where it was, Sandi. Where did we meet?
We met at the All For Her event.
Yes.
The Observer Reporters
Look
All
at
For
you
Her
with
event.
your good memory.
Yes, and that was, we were met briefly, and I was going to see you the next day because then we had the Pittsburgh author event in with Beth Caldwell.
Yes, that's where I remember meeting you there too, because we were talking because she
promoting my book.
is an author. I mean, wait, did I even say?
No.
Sandi, introduce yourself to the listeners and the viewers so that make sure that I got it all right.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sandi Kern, integrative nutrition and functional wellness coach, international best-selling author, and owner of the Desire to Be Well Juiceries.
Juiceries, okay. So that's why I'm like, she's so busy now that she's got like 3 locations. She's got a mobile one, so, with her events. But I really wanted to sit down with you, Sandi, because with July being, talking about melanoma, but we're talking about healthy eating. And that's what Sandi has at her locations. Like, it's all about, look at these juices. Okay, this is so delicious. Look at how nice this is. Sandi, before we get into what we're drinking, let's talk a little bit about your journey. I'm taking a sip.
Yeah. Okay. So, about 13 years ago, I had it seems silly to say mysterious illness now, but back then, nobody really talked about inflammation or leaky gut or, food sensitivities, things like that. And it was kind of a weird thing, like it's an allergy, no, there's a completely different
Why did they say that, the doctors say that?
Yeah, well, it was, it was a difficult time. I had an imbalance in my gut microbiome, and that led me to have a condition called leaky gut. And leaky gut,
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's enhanced intestinal permeability. I essentially became allergic to everything that I was eating.
What?
And the histamine level in my body got so sky high. The very prominent allergist, immunologist in our area was like, we don't understand why your histamines are so high. You must be allergic to yourself.
Oh my gosh.
And I love that one. I was like, what are you talking about?
That's really weird.
That's like, okay, so nobody really could find any answers. I would react to foods 2 and 3 days later because, when you have food sensitivities, you're metabolizing and it takes days. So you can never really pinpoint what it is. Like, if you have a peanut allergy or a shellfish allergy, you react immediately.
Yes.
Right? You have the anaphylaxis, the whole 9 yards. This is a 2 or 3 day delayed reaction food sensitivity. So that's what I had. And
that makes it so hard to know what
you never knew what it was that was triggering it. All of a sudden, I'd be on the porch with my friends and my tongue would swell. And I was like,
that's
embarrassing.
Scary.
Very scary. Number 2, they'd be like, whoop, Sandi, run, get the Benadryl. And we could never figure out what was wrong. I was just getting more and more swollen, more inflamed, and
Were you breaking out in hives at all?
Oh God, the hives were
yes,
ridiculous.
I remember getting hives when I was
I would take my bra off, whatever, would just be covered in hives.
Oh no.
And
were you itchy? Like, was it a tear?
Yeah. It was brutal. So itching, the tongue swelling, you just never knew what was going to happen. And I, in and out of the hospitals, well, we don't know what's wrong with you. Here, take some more steroids. We'll test you for lupus again.
Oh my gosh.
So this went on for years and years, and no answers, just getting, worse and worse every day, losing my mobility. My children had to help me get dressed. I could barely move. They were 8 and 11 at the time.
Why couldn't you
It was
move,
hard.
Sandy? Like that doesn't...
Just so inflamed. My body was just so swollen.
Like swollen, okay.
Just reactive, like completely on fire.
Oh my
because
gosh.
I had no relief from the gut dysbiosis.
Did they do like it? I just grabbed
That's allergies. Allergies and food sensitivities are completely different. Yeah. So they did the skin testing, of course, and it was like, okay, you're allergic to dust mites and cats, and I was like, well, yeah, I got both of those.
A lot of people are allergic to dust.
We all. But yeah, everything else came back negative, but because it's a different process. It's not an IgE, an IgG.
IgG.
And, I go over a lot of that in my best-selling book. I tell my story more in depth. Anyway, so I had at a holiday party, my friend Anne-Marie said, Sandy, you look like crap, and you look so sick. People were whispering, Frenchie's dying. My husband is Fred.
Oh.
And it was just so upsetting because, I couldn't even hold like a styrofoam cup in my hand without my whole entire body fatiguing.
Oh my gosh.
I was near death. My immune system was shutting down. And again, didn't have any answers. So she said, Sandy, you need to go see this doctor. And I tried to get an appointment, but it was, months out, and I was struggling. But there was a miracle cancellation, and I was able to get in. And so he knew what to do. He did the proper testing, and I was on my way to health. I had, chiropractic. I had IV nutrition, vitamins, everything.
How did he know? How did he know what to do?
Because, this was his business. He was an integrative physician, and he knew exactly what was going on. He did all the proper testing, and we were on our way to wellness. And my husband, when we got the listing back for all the foods that I'd become sensitive to, he cried because, he thought I was making it up. He thought I was, sneak eating or, not taking care of myself or stopped caring about my, appearance or whatever. And I kept telling him, honey, I'm sick. And nobody could give me any answers. So
that's got to be frustrating for you.
It was brutal.
Because nobody understands. And do you know anybody else that had this same kind of thing going on?
No. Not 13 years ago.
Right.
Not that I knew of.
Because nobody really talked about it.
Yeah.
They kind of lived with it, right?
Yeah. But, once I got all my answers, then I was on the road to recovery. And, I would be in so much pain. My one son, Trevor, bless his heart, he would cover me with a blanket and kiss me and tell me he loved me. And he would say, it's okay, Mom, you're going to be all right. And my son, Jack, would come in, he's, was my coach. And he would say, look, Mom, quit crying. We're going to figure out what's wrong, and you're going to be well. And that's when I knew in my heart that I was going to find my answers and be well. So that was how the desire to be well came about.
How long did that take, honey, that process of so you found out that you were allergic to sensitive to a lot of food?
Yep, that was a blood test, came back, and it was like everything that I was eating.
Why did
it was gluten, it was dairy, and because a lot of doctors don't acknowledge it as a true thing, but it was killing me. So it is real.
Gluten, dairy, what else?
Gluten, dairy, beef. It was avocados. It was almonds. I had switched to almond milk at that point. I was eating lots of almonds because they're good for you. But because my gut was leaking undigested proteins into my bloodstream, and you only have one cell between the inside and the outside. One cell, thick. The epithelial layer in your gut. And so anything can disrupt that. NSAIDs, hormonal imbalances, antibiotics, any kind of anything can disrupt the natural protective balance in your gut, leading to leaky gut, which it's I had yeast overgrowth that pitted through my my gut, and then that way you have little holes, and you're leaking undigested proteins into your bloodstream, and of course your body's going to go wacko and release all those histamines, and over time it becomes chronic. And because you get I'm trying to think, like it's opportunistic. So not everybody presents with the same symptoms. So some people get chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, irritable bowel, this, that, everything else. And you just never know where that origin is coming from. So that's when, I went to school for, after I got my health back and the brain fog lifted and all of that, I went to school for integrative nutrition and then to functional medicine. Decided not to be a doctor. A little too clinical.
It's a lot of work.
for my spirit. I'm way too holistic, and I didn't want to have to pour over lab results all day, and it was just the biochemistry was just insane. So for a woman in her 50s, I was like, yeah, no. Okay, so I took my 2 years of science and I mixed it with my integrative nutrition and came up with my coaching. And so now I'm a blessing to others. I help people get to the root cause of their health issues. So that's, getting back to my condition where we could never figure out the origin.
Right.
And then...
Were you born with it? I'm sorry to
No. Oh, no, it's just
something that kind of like happens because when you, as a kid and stuff, you were fine?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking that maybe like people were born with this.
No, this is developed, like I said, NSAIDs, antibiotics over the, time will disrupt the natural balance, microbial balance in your digestive system. And that's, the pathogenic microbes and funguses will then overgrow and that will eat through.
Wow.
Yeah.
The things that you learned and this,
you have boys.
Right.
So with sports, athlete's foot, right?
Yes.
We get really bad athlete's foot. It is pitting. Like you see people with pits in their, like little holes in their feet. Right. From fungus. Well, that's what it does to your gut. So the yeast, people that are sugar addicts or whatever usually have a lot of yeast. But once the yeast becomes pathogenic like that, it will eat through your gut and then you leak on the protein. So a lot of people have this to a varying degree.
Oh my.
And the two major offenders for me were gluten and dairy and
gluten and dairy. And that's in like everything. And I feel like gluten and dairy, like gluten-free and dairy-free has really become like a big, I'm not issue, but a big thing with people now.
Sure. And it's not just somebody with celiac disease.
Yes, my friend had celiac, yeah.
That's where the little villi just, are completely bent over and they have issues with nutrient absorption. They have to avoid it at all costs. It's debilitating. For me, I just ended up, those two were my major inflammatory factors. So I changed my diet, got rid of all of the items on my list to put the fire out because you can't heal your body if your body is on fire.
Right.
So if you're inflamed and you're battling this type of issue, you're not going to heal unless you heal your gut and put the fire out. Right. So elimination doesn't heal. It only puts the fire out. So eliminating, the food sensitivity items helps to keep the inflammation down, but then you go back in and heal the gut. And then you can begin to reintroduce things. I'll never eat gluten and dairy again because
why bother?
They're not good for you.
Right.
Number one, whether you have a health issue or not,
really?
It's not good for you at all. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, we don't have a 4-chambered stomach. Cows have 4-chambered stomachs, so they can process milk. We are not supposed to. Plus, once they're done with the milk, then they're onto grass. To wean them, their mother kicks them in the head. We've never been kicked in the head.
Oh my gosh, no, I don't think I would like that.
Because cows don't drink milk into adulthood. They don't eat all that. It's just, when they're babies.
Milk, yeah.
But the reason why we're so in love with cheese, in love with dairy, is nature's way. It's there's an opiate type of enzyme in the milk that makes you crave it. And that's nature's way, so that the baby cow will then, come back to nurse and be a healthy baby. But, again, once it's ready for grass, the mom gives them a swift kick and you're done. Yeah, we ain't never been kicked in the head.
No.
So
you're done with the dairy now, kids.
Yeah. That's
interesting.
But it's people talk about lactose and intolerance. That's the sugar that's in dairy. The lactose is the sugar. Casein is the protein.
Oh my God.
Most people
I'm
are
learning so much.
allergic to the protein, the casein. And like for me, I couldn't have beef or dairy. So nothing from a cow. And yeah, so I can have a little goat's cheese occasionally and a little bit of sheep's cheese, a little manchego, a little feta, or whatever. It's minimal casein. They have different, like, it's like a 1 casein or instead of a 3 or something like that. So it's easier for me to
When you say
process.
casein, Sandy, explain.
That casein is the protein that's in milk.
The protein that's in milk. Oh my gosh, girl.
So
you're so knowledgeable. Like, I've known Sandy for a couple of years now, and I'm learning so much. I feel like you're educating me and the listeners and viewers about this, because there's people out there that are probably going, wait a minute, Sandy's story sounds like me, and I never got tested.
Yeah.
You think you're going crazy.
You think you're going crazy, and your family thinks you're crazy, and your clothes don't fit, and you can't walk, and you can't sleep, and you can't exercise, and you think you're, it's just a nightmare.
my
Anyway,
gosh.
so long story short, got the right help, the right testing, knew what to do, had a plan, and I got myself back to stasis and wellness, and then became a blessing to others. So that's my background
And food
story.
didn't become like the enemy, it became like a joy again, right? Like
Exactly.
You enjoyed your
In my book, we talk about the kitchen is for dancing.
I love that.
It's a cute chapter in the book, and it
Look
talks.
how beautiful this book is.
Yeah, thank you.
You are so beautiful. I love this. Oh,
Thank you.
recipes, wellness for health and happiness. I love
Desire
it.
to be well, recipes of wellness for health and happiness.
Oh,
But in the book, we talk about this kitchen is for dancing, and my husband and I used to love to sing and dance and cook and have fun in the kitchen. And then food became kind of scary. The kitchen became sort of a fearful place, and
yeah.
that sort of joy kind of left our lives for a while until we found our answers. And then once we learned how to cook all over again, the kitchen was for dancing again. So
I love that. Now, did
It's
you
sweet.
have your family, your husband, and your 2 boys kind of go on the same path with you?
Eventually,
yes.
At first they treated it like I was on a diet, and they would go, look at this pizza, look at this steak, and I was like, jerks. But
they don't get it. They
didn't understand at that point that it was like, okay, I'm not making this up.
Right.
Those foods will make me sick. So
I feel like we are finally getting educated on the food. And I know. Look at us drinking our drinks, and Sandy's going to explain what's in each of our cups right here.
So
But
good.
it's like, so you said, after what, I don't know, how long did it take you to get well?
it was about 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years.
After I, got sick. But it was about 6 to 8 months, and I lost a lot of weight. Got, the pain was lifted, the brain fog was lifted. I was able to be active and, and then imaginative in the kitchen, and because I couldn't live on chicken and broccoli forever.
No, nobody can.
I was like, oh my God.
No.
So I have to branch out here. And then, being a woman of a certain age, we like creamy sauces and, milky, yummy, creamy things, creamy, dreamy things, mac and cheese and the Alfredos. And, if I could never have that again, I was like, man, I'm just going to jump off a cliff.
I know,
Like-
right. I always said that. Like, if somebody told me, like, you can't have pasta, you can't do this, you can't do that, I'd be like, what? I remember I got a colonoscopy and an endoscopy. I think I said it right. I got them
endoscopy.
And I got them both done, and they were like, oh, you need, we have a thing in our family about our gut. When you're talking about the esophagus, like my brother had a hole, like they had to do something with him. My mom's sister, they all have, what is that disease?
GERD.
Yes. And so I got checked because I was having stomach pains. And now I'm thinking to myself, wow, this was a while ago. I wonder, I should have been talking to Sandy. But
Exactly, because the gastroenterologist, will treat symptoms with medication. So what they're going to do for anybody that has, that digestion, I mean, most people do have acid reflux to some extent.
Right. That's what my brother did.
When you see all these ads, Prilosec and this and that, all these different drugs to suppress your stomach acid. Now, in acute gastritis situations, those drugs are miracles, absolute miracles.
Right.
But the actual, 9 times out of 10, the actual root cause, and we're getting back to the functional medicine again, the root cause of this is low stomach acid, suboptimal stomach acid.
Oh, so instead of taking, like, eating whatever you want and just taking the pill and thinking it's going to fix it, you should be, your diet or your food groups.
Well, just realize that if you don't have enough stomach acid to break down your food, it's going to burp up. So it's not extra acid, it's acid in the wrong place. So it's not here, it burps up, and then you begin to get the scar tissue, you get the Barrett's esophagus, the yada yada.
Barrett's disease, yes.
Yeah, where you get scarring and it narrows your esophagus. And that's from years of
the
acid. And it's because you have suboptimal stomach acid. You know, you need support, not suppression.
I like that. Support, not suppression.
So you need digestive enzymes,
Yes.
pancreatic enzymes. You need to make sure that you're not eating fatty, greasy foods that your body can't break down. You know, a lot of the lower inflammatory bowel diseases, you know, your Crohn's, your ulcerative colitis, the IBS stuff, that can be worsened because if you don't have enough stomach acid to break down proteins into amino acids, you know, your lower GI only recognizes amino acids. So if you're not breaking them down from the larger protein molecule into the little bitty amino acid molecule, your lower GI doesn't recognize them. They're like, hey, who are these guys? We don't know proteins around here. We only know amino acids.
Wow.
Sounds the alarm. You end up with the inflammation in your lower GI. So that's usually the origin. Plus, that people have SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. It's an acronym. You know, and if you don't have strong enough stomach acid, you can't kill that bacteria. You can't break down your minerals for absorption. What are minerals? You take minerals, there are calcium and our potassium and our magnesium. Those are minerals. Minerals are rocks.
Wow.
If you don't have enough stomach acid, you can't break down rocks for, you know, your minerals.
Oh my gosh,
for
that's
absorption.
so
You can
true.
take calcium all day long. But if you have low stomach acid, your bones aren't going to get it. And if you don't have the magnesium to go along with the calcium, because calcium is stupid, doesn't know where to go. That's why you get calcium deposits in strange places.
Oh my gosh, Sandy.
You need the magnesium and D3 with K2 to be the seeing eye dog. Like, no, over here. Calcium.
Oh my gosh.
Good boy.
I was living on Tums.
Right. And that's because nobody understands that it's actually...
And that's calcium, right? Yeah, mostly calcium.
Yeah, but it you know, puts the fire out, which is great relief. I'm not debating that, but it is temporary. When you're on these medicines, what it does is it suppresses your acid and you feel better, but you're not breaking down your food properly, so you're not breaking it down for absorption and utilization.
Right, so that's not going to be your long term. You can't like live on Tums for the rest
But
of your life.
if you're on it any longer than 6 or 8 weeks, it makes it very hard to wean off of it. And then over time,
you need it.
oh yeah, because it comes raging back. You have to wean yourself. Like you ask your doctor, like, I would like to wean myself off this medicine if I can,
Yes.
You know, because otherwise you're a lifelong customer.
Yeah.
And it gets to the point where eventually it doesn't work anymore.
Right.
And then what do you do? Oh, add on another one. And it, you know, you're completely hijacking your digestive system.
I love that. I love this.
I know, right?
I love that.
You get Sandy down the rabbit hole. I can really, but in my book, I talk about all of these topics in depth, but it's not a textbook. This is all easy to break down and understand, you know.
The recipes in here.
Yeah, so I have my story to wellness. I have all my gut health and stuff. There's Trevor. He's 21 now.
Trevor.
But
When did you write this book?
It was published 3.5 years ago.
Did you write this before you started your juicery?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So I wrote this during COVID. I wrote my book during COVID.
Oh my gosh. Chocolate, cocoa powder, and avocado come together to become a delicious healing dessert. It's
Our
like a
chocolate avocado mousse.
Oh, that looks so good.
It is amazing.
Oh my gosh, Sandy. So tell us a little bit about your book And then let's get into why you started doing these juiceries and how it's doing right now. So tell us a little bit about the book.
Yeah. So again, I can talk functional medicine all day long. And
you really know your stuff.
I mean, I work with people. I mean, this is what I do. I'm a coach. You know, I don't treat or diagnose anybody because that's beyond my scope. But I lead people to your answers.
Yes.
So I will say, hey, have your doctor check you for this. Have this, you know. But yeah, coaching is still a big part of my life. I don't have the freedom to coach like I used to, but I do have room for several clients that I still work with to help them with all of their health and wellness issues. But so during COVID, I decided, you know what? That's when I put the laptop down for school, and I was like, you know what? That's making me sad. I'm way too holistic. I need to get back in the kitchen, get my mojo back. So did that. Started writing out all of our favorite recipes, making them, you know, and having so much fun.
So you weren't missing out on your favorite recipe.
Oh, heck no. I mean, there's the one recipe I haven't written out there. It was the recipe that saved my life, because when we were talking about cream sauces and stuff, I figured out how to make a cream sauce that was absolutely checked all the boxes. I have a girlfriend who's a Le Cordon Bleu classically trained chef, and she tasted it and she goes, "Oh, Sandy, it checks all the boxes. The mouthfeel, the this, the that, you know."
What?
And I was like, "All right, Shazam, I have a winner." So yeah, it's the cashew cream sauce recipe, and we have a red pepper version, which is just amazing.
Like
it's got a little kick. Yeah,
I like spicy.
And then we have a creamy basil, and then which my son and his girlfriend go nuts over the creamy basil one.
Oh my gosh!
And it's kind of like a greeny gray color, because when you mix it all together, it kind of it's not real bright green, but it's delicious.
It's kind of like mushroom soup.
right. And then the other one is pumpkin sage. Oh my god, the pumpkin sage one is really something. So in the fall, I mean, you just take any kind of gluten-free pasta. I do have some favorites, but
this sounds good. Buffalo cauliflower dip.
Oh, the buffalo cauliflower dip. Yeah,
Look at this. I know you can't see this if you're listening, but oh my gosh, it looks delicious.
Yeah, so that is a crowd favorite.
I can't say cauliflower. I'm so Pittsburgh. It's made like such a big comeback. That and Brussels sprouts. So tell us how you did this.
Yeah, I mean it's your traditional buffalo chicken dip, but instead of chicken, you can use roasted cauliflower, and it's tender and delicious and sweet. And it's really, I mean,
So you mix it with the hot sauce and the ranch or whatever, or do you have like?
And then I have it's a completely dairy-free version.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I use my vegan ranch recipe. There's the vegan cream cheese that you can get at most stores.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, but we're all judged on our buffalo chicken dip around here.
I know.
Southwestern Pennsylvania. I moved in here and I was like, what is this? So
Where were you from, Sandy?
From the Baltimore area.
Oh, okay.
Baltimore County, Maryland.
When did you move here?
20 years ago.
Oh,
August
wow.
1st, it'll be 20 years.
That's why you don't have the Pittsburghese.
No, I'm not a Yinzer. I'm a Hun.
I'm definitely a Yinzer.
In Baltimore, it's everything is Hun. HON. But yeah, so again, here's the cashew ricotta.
That looks delicious with basil on top of it. I'm getting so hungry right now, Sam.
Oh yeah. I mean,
so you started writing this book.
Yeah, I started writing the book, and
you came up with these recipes, and you talked to your chef friend, and she was like, "Oh yeah, these are good.
These are the shiznit."
Because that's the thing. If you're going to substitute it, you got to make sure it tastes good too.
Heck yeah, I have standards. I'm a person of a certain
Me too.
age,
I
and
like my food.
I am not going to eat something that is substandard.
Yeah.
And that's leads me to again showcasing my recipes at my restaurant, which is so much fun. So learning how to
let your soul shine. I love that, Sandy.
Thank you, honey. Love Beyond Measure. This is one of my favorite chapters in the book, and it talks about the benefits of herbs and spices.
Yes.
And how medicinal they are. So it's not just to flavor your food, but you can get a lot of mileage out of the different spices. But they're also one of the running themes through my whole practice, including my book, is food is love, food is medicine.
Yes.
And this talks about the herbs and spices being medicinal as well as delicious. So
I love that. Food is love.
food is love, food is medicine.
Food is medicine.
You know, now with the restaurant, it's eat healthy, be happy, squeeze the day.
So so when you first started, did you start with your little trailer?
Yeah, well,
It's so cute. It's green and pink.
it is.
My
It's
favorite
green and
colors.
pink. Yeah. You know, growing up in the Baltimore County area, you know, I went to a very preppy high school, and I used to make fun of people that wore pink and green because I was all like, you know, 80s punk rocker girl, and yeah, so here I am with pink and green in my life as like my whole signature, which is so funny how it all comes full circle.
It does.
So,
The greens for all the herbs and the vegetables, and
oh yeah,
and the pink, it just makes you happy.
it makes you happy.
It does.
But with the trailer, now it's funny how, you know, sitting and working on what was going to be my business plan for the next year,
Right.
going forward with my book and whatnot, and my practice, and I'm going through Pinterest, and I'm like, ooh, showing Fred. I was like, my husband's Fred. I was like, look what they're doing with some of these cute little horse trailers, and he's like, oh yeah, neat, right?
Yeah.
So we, on our way back from vacation to the Outer Banks, where I got a chance to really relax, clear my head, and, you know, raise my vibration so that I had, you know, great ideas will come to you. That's how I always tell people, like, make sure you keep your vibration really high, and you know, you'll be a magnet for miracles and for opportunities. So anyway, so I was like, you know what, I'm doing this. And I started looking at Facebook Marketplace, like who's selling these
Yes.
horse trailers. And a friend was like, wow, you're really serious about this. And I'm like, yeah, for experiential marketing,
Yeah.
I want to do this.
Right.
I think this will make a little
Not like the
mobile,
food trucks, but like this one is it's so.
it's a
beautiful.
mobile juicery.
It's a mobile juicery.
Because we love to juice. We take our juicer everywhere on vacations and everything. So that's how that began. And then we fell in love. We went out to look at some of these. We had 3 appointments that one day. And the first one we went to, we went, oh, we just love her.
Oh,
and
you
Fred was
just
like,
know
yep,
it.
we're doing it. Write the check. And I'm like, okay.
I love that.
And that we just started on this journey. And then, yeah, 2 years ago in August,
That's when you opened.
that's when we opened that's when we opened the little mobile juicery, the little trailer, horse trailer. And then within 2 months, we were approached by the owners of Pig and Fire, that because they own Quill Acres there, and they were like, you know, we have this cute little barn. It'd be perfect for your, you know, just open a little juicery.
Oh
And
my gosh.
Fred and I were like, yeah, right, Quail Acres, that's bougie. Like, that's, you know, maybe
Yeah.
that's probably out of our range or whatever, but it's only 650 square feet. It's the cutest little barn
It's adorable.
ever.
I've been there.
Oh, you definitely
And
have.
we'll show pictures too. So
Yeah,
you'll give me
we'll
some
have pictures.
pictures.
So it's super cute. Anyway,
So that's
we
only
said
been up
yes.
for how long?
a year ago, January. So in
oh
3.5
my
years,
gosh.
3.5 years, right? Because we're in June now. So it's 3.5 years. That international best-selling book and 3 juiceries.
Girl, I don't know how you do not. And thank God I got
I don't
her, 'cause
either.
She is so busy. I'm like just so thankful that you came on because I don't know how you do it all.
Well, I just keep saying yes to the opportunities, you know, pedal to the
Yes.
metal. Let's go. I'm not letting any doubt or any,
Right.
you know, negativity in here. It's just, I know, you know, this is kind of like a
It
mission
saved
for
your
me.
life. It saved
It did.
your
It saved my
life.
life. And, you know, I feel like it's God or the universe's plan,
Yeah.
for me. So I just keep pushing and keep going forward. But the, you know,
So you started with the juiceries, and then you started really coming up with like
Yeah.
a menu of different kind of foods because all these foods look so good. I just saw pizza, basic gluten-free pie crust.
that's
I
a
love that.
tomato pie.
Tomato pie.
It's coming up on tomato season. The tomato pie is really good. Some of the vegan cheeses anymore, if you treat them right, they'll work just as well as you know, their
mozzarella.
dairy counterparts.
Yes.
But yeah, like the cashew ricotta and stuff like that. I mean, you stuff zucchini with that pops up, and it's They're like luscious little pillows of love.
We feel like, as like I know I feel
Just using a
if
different ingredient.
If you don't tell me, I probably wouldn't know. Do you know what I mean? I feel like as society that we're so conditioned, and you're right, you become addicted to like you need salt. Like what's really bad, and I always say this to my husband, he salts his food before he even tries it.
That's Fred. He does
and I'm
that
like,
too.
dude, don't you think you should try it first? What if it's really like salty and you just put more salt on it? And he's like, I don't care, I like salt. So
What kind of salt do you use?
well, we just switched to Himalayan, the pink salt. Yeah. Which is that better?
It's
And sea
lower
salt's better
sodium.
too?
Yep. Any kind of the Himalayan pink salt, sea salts, Celtic salts, they're all full of minerals and they're lower in sodium.
See,
than the table salts. The table salts are
it's almost like I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm 53 and I'm realizing, probably in the past 2 years about the sensitivity of food and what it's been doing to my gut. And sitting there with Sandy now, I'm like, oh my gosh, Sandy, these recipes, I'm telling you got to get this book. Now, where can they find this book?
Yeah, so it's available through Amazon. I self-published through Amazon by myself. So you can still find it as your Kindle version. And then the paperback through Amazon. Then you can get the hard copy through Barnes & Noble online. So if you have a subscription or you buy books through Barnes & Noble,
they can also
you
stop
get
in your... So Sandy doesn't only have the one location, she has the mobile, and then she has the location in Quail Run, which is in Washington, PA.
Yeah, the shops at Quail Acres, which is at 19 and Racetrack Road by the Meadows Casino in Tangerelle Outlets and Pig and Fire Restaurant. It's a cute little country enclave there, and we're one of the little barns.
It looks
the Juicery, and so that's a darling little restaurant. And then we have a new one that we opened in February. Again, someone offered us the space. They said, hey Sandy, you need to look at this space. It's perfect for you. It's a great opportunity. And I popped up one day and I went, oh shoot, I can do this.
And tell them where it is.
Let's go.
It's such a great location for what you're doing.
Yeah. Jen likes to come up there. It's it's inside the health club at South Point. So
that makes so much sense.
It's at Technology Drive in South Point. It goes like a horseshoe up the mountain and down.
Right.
And the Stealth building is at the very top. The health club at South Point is there. Bradley Physical Therapy. We are right in the middle.
It's perfect.
In the lobby. And it's so great. You don't have to be a member. It's open to the public. You just come in and it's really cute. We have a lot of grab and go stuff.
It's right there in the lobby. Now, can they purchase your book there as well?
Yeah. Any of my shops, of course we have copies of my book. And, I sell several copies a week. I mean, people come in and they're like, wow, I didn't realize this was here. Didn't realize, like the caliber of the food. And because everything is gluten and dairy free.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like a unicorn. There are very few restaurants. There's some that are vegan, right? But they still have gluten. There's places that have gluten-free options, but then they have cheese all over them. And you're like, who's doing your research?
Right. It's so true.
If you're sensitive to one, you're sensitive to both. It's called molecular mimicry. So even though on testing it can come up that you're perfectly fine with one or the other, if you're sensitive to one, your body gets confused with those two proteins and they will react. So when people with celiac disease eliminate gluten, they feel so much better.
Right.
But they're still not great. If they were to limit or eliminate the dairy, they would exponentially feel that much better because it's so inflammatory. But this page is good.
Oh, I love
so I have this is something I'm going to be doing a cooking class next week in Pittsburgh.
Okay, we're not busy enough, Sandy.
At the in the kitchen restaurant. It's down there on the strip.
By the time this airs, it'll probably. What's the date on it?
Yeah, it's the 24th.
Okay, June. Yeah,
it'll be past, but I'm going to be doing more. So
yes, like the fall.
Anyway, but this page Jenny was looking at. This is the creamy avocado pesto.
And
that's one of the recipes. So there's so many things you can do with avocados. It's so much fun. This one is the cheddar cheese sauce, and so many things you can do with coconut cream and cashews.
Oh my gosh.
So you can create your dream, anything that you're looking for. If you want broccoli with cheese sauce, I got you.
I love this.
If you want to have like nachos and queso kind of things, I got you.
Oh.
Creamy avocado pesto. Again, my kids scream for this in the summer when you have
The fresh
basil and your basil plants are just giving. You use spinach and basil and lemon and avocado, and you whirl it all up in your food processor, and you toss it over pasta or over chicken or something.
Now, what kind of
pasta and
are
chicken,
you using?
whatever.
What kind of, is there the protein pasta or is there a gluten?
No,
pasta?
I'm not crazy about the protein pastas. No offense to people that love those. I just think they're too chewy.
Yeah.
And I like my pasta to be a little lighter. I don't work for any company, so I'm not going to mention any names.
Right.
But there's a lot out there. My favorite though is the one I get from Penmac down, and it's imported from Italy.
Oh my
and I
gosh.
used that in a cooking competition once. The muffaldine, which is like that fettuccine with the little ruffle edges.
Yes,
and that cradles the
that.
sauce so lovely. And I did little pasta towers with little stuffed zucchini flowers with the ricotta and stuff. Yeah. I didn't win the competition, but it was awful beautiful.
Yeah, I remember coming to Sandy's grand opening at the health at South Point, and everything that was there is what she made, and it was like, what? Like I'm trying to think. Was there like a meat and cheese, or was there like a bruschetta or something? There was cupcakes. We had the cupcakes that had the chocolate covered strawberries on top. So it was and the icing was plant based. The cupcakes were gluten and dairy free. Of course, the strawberry and the dark chocolate, that's all dairy free, Yeah. But then we had that little charcuterie board. Yes.
That had the prosciutto and the nuts and, shaved cucumbers. And it was so good.
Oh my god.
It was so pretty too, because that was back when we were making the pink cream cheese.
I think I have a picture of that. I swear I took a
beet
picture.
juice and honey in the vegan cream cheese. And then we used that as a schmear, and it was fabulous.
So if somebody was out there and they're from Pittsburgh, because this is nationwide, and they're like, you know what, I want to stop in, but wonder what kind of foods they have. Do they just only have fruit and vegetables? I was just there a couple of days ago, and I had the avocado toast.
Yeah.
Best avocado toast I ever had. I'm telling you.
With radish butter.
Oh, it was so delicious. And like the salt that was on there, was that the Himalayan salt?
It was the everything bagel seasoning.
Yes.
A gluten-free everything bagel seasoning.
Oh my gosh, it was delicious.
It just gives that light little saltiness and crunch. And
I was like licking the plate. I was like, is there any more? I'm licking the... It was so good. It was so good.
Next page we're looking at. There's another more beautifulness. There's like salted caramel sauce. It takes 5 minutes to make this on the stove. Literally. And then you can just, dip your apples in it. You can drizzle it on a little
I always
ice cream or whatever.
With the
caramel. Oh my gosh. And it's real, it's not as thick and goopy.
Right.
It's silky. And you can really, go crazy. Anyway, but also in my family, this is a realistic book here.
Right.
There's ribs. And
because you talked
my rib rub and my rib sauce and like yeah.
My husband just made ribs on Sunday.
Yeah. I love ribs. I grew up eating ribs with my dad. We just had, Father's Day, and my dad's birthday was yesterday. Heavenly birthday. But he and I love to go out and eat ribs. When you try to take your family out for ribs, you have to take out a second mortgage.
I know.
So you need to learn how to make ribs at home.
Yes.
And I have you covered. I got we do the dry rub is ridiculous. So good. And then pumpkin barbecue sauce. Basically use your favorite barbecue sauce, add a half a can of pumpkin to it.
That's it?
Yeah, it makes it stick to your ribs because it makes it thicker and it sticks on there. It's not runny. And then you've just upped your nutrition. So the Desire to Get Well program is all about adding more love, more nutrition, more flavor, more joy, all of those things. So it's about adding more. It's not about taking things away. It's about adding more. And so the sauce, the pumpkin barbecue sauce is great. Again,
I love pumpkin.
Up the fiber. And you added that creamy sweetness of the squash. And it's the perfect combo.
Yes.
So, you can turn to any page in this book and just go, oh, wow, yum.
I know. Everything in here looks like
But
delicious.
everything is good. Like even the sunrise granola. We use this on our parfait cups at the restaurant. So it's a fun way to showcase some of these recipes. at my various restaurants. And so to talk about these juices real quick.
Oh yes. Okay, so they're pink and green.
they're pink and green. Yeah.
She knows.
So this is the what's called
the green one is.
This is the ocean blue.
Okay.
And it sort of looks like the ocean because it's sort of a blue green.
Yes.
And this has got cucumbers, apple, lemon, blue spirulina is what makes it, and there's pineapple in here, and it's my favorite. If I was a juice, I would be the ocean blue because it reminds me of the ocean, and I'm a mermaid. When I grow up, I want to be a mermaid. So.
That's what my daughter always says. So now my juice, which is more of like a pinkish red.
This is a protein smoothie shake, and so it's not just a protein shake, and it's not a smoothie. It's both together. So This is the strawberry beet banana, and that includes the plant-based, vegan, vanilla protein powder, along with strawberries, bananas, beets, a little local honey for your immune system and to make it sweet, and coconut milk.
Oh my gosh.
And then we use a little coconut whipped cream and some of the dye-free Watkins sprinkles.
I was going to say,
I'm going to say the name because I love the company and their attention to using natural coloring.
This is delicious.
Isn't that delicious?
It's so good.
And you're getting, multiple layers of bioavailable protein in those smoothie shakes. We have a chunky monkey. We have this one. We have a shamrock shake. We have a salted caramel. A one that's sunflower power. And
they're so good.
They're so good. And you can create anything. Everything's made to order. This isn't like things are pre-bottled or whatever. These are all made to order. You come in if you want a little extra ginger, or I can't do pineapple or whatever. Yeah. We can substitute. Make any juice that you would like. And like this was strawberry beet banana. People are like, ooh, I don't like beets.
Yeah, right.
You're not tasting any beets.
Taste any beets, and I'm not a big beet eater. Which beets are so good for you?
They're so good for you. Yeah. But if you can sneak them in, like I used to sneak in broccoli with my kids, the food. Put it in the food processor and just let it disappear into the food. And
we know.
Yeah. But you'd never know. It just makes it hot pink, which is my color of my business. So,
yes, it's so cute when we have the pink and green here.
Yeah.
I just feel like, Sandi, your journey and what you're doing now, I feel like you keep growing. She's going to be like nationwide. I'm telling you. So far so good. People really love what we're doing. They know everything is made with love and careful attention to detail. This customer service is great. We always have a smile, a hug, a story along with it. And, people come in and they're having a bad day and they leave elated. Yes.
They've been loved, with food and
right, because these are so much healthier.
With joy.
You feel better. You feel better in your gut.
And they're like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like $1 million now. I feel, loved.
Protein, and especially as we get older, especially women, they talk about protein and muscle mass and this and that. We're losing a lot of that. So I feel like with this juice, I had the protein in it because that's what I don't get enough protein in my diet. So I feel like by having a juice,
it doesn't have to be. It can be plant-based protein. This is all plant-based protein. You don't have to run around eating beef sticks all day.
And some of those protein shakes out there that are like for muscle mass or whatever, they taste terrible. They taste powdery.
They're full of chemicals. 9 times out of 10, they're loaded with preservatives and chemicals. And this brand that we've been using is free of all of that, toxic crazy. And it's really smooth. It's not gritty. Not even remotely gritty.
No.
That's always been my issues with protein powders. Is I'm always yuck.
Right,
and these are so terrific. But you add a little banana.
Yeah.
You add a little strawberry, some chia seeds, some honey.
Yes, I just bought chia seeds.
Chia seeds are amazing.
I know.
Love chia seeds.
I didn't even know flaxseed and all this stuff that's out there. I feel like we almost we need you need to have a seminar. We need to be
several. I'll have a series.
Yes, because she needs to educate us.
Desserts are first, by the way. So desserts first, right? Life is short. Desserts first.
Thank thank you for saying that, because I don't want to give up on my desserts. I don't
Heck
want to,
no.
you know, I know they say, oh, sugar's bad, but I'm like, you know what? I like chocolate, and I like.
I'm using a lot of low glycemic sugars though in these recipes.
Yeah.
So half of it is like a stevia sugar blend, or I'm using honey or maple syrup or something that's, you know, your body knows what to do with. The white death, either bread or sugar, isn't processed sugar, is just dreadful for you. But the natural sources, your body knows what to do with those.
Right.
So that's, you know, one of those. But giving up sweets and the whole diet culture, you know, obsessing over every bite of food that we eat, that is not helpful.
No.
It's not helpful for us as women. It holds us back. We're obsessed with our figures, obsessed with our body.
Yes.
And what we need to do is eat like we love it. Eat like you love yourself.
Oh.
You know, and eat.
I love that.
When you're hungry, you know, eating food is your right as a human being, is to eat and to judge yourself and to judge everything that you're eating, and you know, micromanaging every macro and micro this.
It's a healthy way to eating. This is wellness.
It's not,
not like
right. It's not healthy to be like that.
And I feel like, you know, a lot of us are just like, oh my gosh, you know, I can't eat this, I can't eat that. They've taken the love for food away from us because there's so many people out there saying, well, you shouldn't eat this, you should. But Sandi has gone through something, and she knows what
eating the right food for you is love.
Right.
It's the ultimate act of love. There's primary foods and secondary foods, right? We talk about this in the book. Primary foods are the foods that feed your life, right? So there's a wellness wheel exercise in the book that helps with, you know, life balancing, you know, learning how to incorporate.
It's like a little bit of everything. It's not like you need a big chunk of this and then a small chunk. No, you need a balance.
You need a balance. So there's, you know, your relationships, social life, water, sleep, hydration, exercise. You know, hopes and dreams. You have to have hopes and dreams. Make time to smell the roses and do things that light up your spirit, because those are the primary foods. It doesn't matter how clean your diet is. It doesn't matter how many miles you put on that Stairmaster. It doesn't matter. If the rest of your life is out of balance.
Starving yourself like some people are doing, come on. Well, how are you enjoying life?
It really does backfire. You know, your body thinks it's starving, and then it slows your metabolism, and you end up with, you know, bone loss and the whole 9 yards. For what?
Right.
Because somebody says you're supposed to look some kind of way.
We all built
diet
different.
culture.
We all look different.
Yeah, diet culture is. I will sound crazy here, but I think it holds us back as women. If you're so obsessed, I mean, I thought about it. I'm like, I've spent. You know, I'm 57. I'm a little older than you. But I thought, my God, most of my whole life I tried to fit into a pair of jeans.
Yes.
That was my whole objective from like my entire life.
The jeans should fit into us instead of we trying to fit into
them.
them.
I'm like, that's messed up. So once I finally let go of all of that, I had all this free time to build my business, write a book, build my businesses.
Right.
So,
because you weren't sitting there stressing
and over exercising and trying to, you know, obsess over, an unattainable goal and not loving myself.
Right.
So once you love yourself, you know, raise your vibrations and all these wonderful things happen. Anyway, talking about like chia seeds. So I have a section in the book called Small But Mighty.
Okay.
And it talks about the health benefits of the nuts and seeds.
Yeah.
And how
I go into in my yogurt. I had plain yogurt today.
Chia
Blueberries,
seeds have
granola, and chia seeds in mine today.
Yum. It adds a little extra crunch to it. But
it's good.
The calcium. Chia seeds have more calcium than broccoli and a glass of milk. So you're getting real. So we put chia seeds. We put chia seeds in all our protein shakes.
Are you like a tablespoon, or what do you?
2 tablespoons total for the day. Like,
okay.
Don't exceed that.
Okay.
You'll have bathroom problems because it does. What chia seeds? You know, we all have plaque in our gut, in our colon. So there's 2 things that'll help to clean your colon. And like people will say, oh, I have diverticulitis, I can't have nuts and seeds. Well,
hello.
That's old science. The new science is that you need more fiber. And you hear about people, you know, need to up my fiber.
Fiber,
Yeah, you need fiber. And the chia seeds and like the aloe, you see like the distilled aloe or those things will attach and remove and clean your whole colon out. Like it just,
Wow.
chia seeds, you know how you've seen chia pudding, right?
Yeah.
And it plumps up and it gets like a gelatinous, anything that has that like gelatinous, will help attach to any of that plaque in your gut and help to move it through. So actually when you eat nuts and seeds, it cleans your intestines.
Wow.
And
the things I'm
if you
learning.
have inflammation, you may have seeds that get trapped in there, but for the most part, what you want to do is you want to eat more of the fiber, more of the nuts and seeds. And this is not Sandi here. This is Harvard.
Yeah.
But the latest is to eat more fiber, more nuts and seeds, because they are small but mighty.
Right.
Think about it. This is all like this metaphysical kind of cosmic here. But think about that life force in a little seed.
Mm-hmm.
It has the life force to create an entire plant.
Wow.
In one little seed.
That is so
Imagine the life force that it's living food that you're eating. You don't want to eat dead food. You want to eat living foods. And so nuts and seeds, this is all, the seeds especially are living foods.
Oh my gosh, Sandi.
So you have that beautiful energy that comes from that. And all the plants and
I feel
everything.
like the light has just came on my brain. I'm like, wow, I know,
you can be like, wow,
I've been
it's
hating
cosmic,
food.
man.
I've been hating, I think that, as we get older, for me, I was always like, oh, looking at pictures, I wish I looked like that back then. But why? Why can't you just go through your own journey and find out that, yeah, your body is not the same as it, especially if you have children, and so your body changes right there. So we have to stop comparing, and we have to focus on what wellness and nutrition is all about. And I feel like Sandi has educated me, and I hope she has helped all of you to learn more about Sandi or to stop by one of her juiceries. I will have all the information underneath here. But Sandi, I just so appreciate you today. Really.
Thank you, sweetheart.
And this juice is so delicious. You got to go in and try her foods and her juices. I know you're only open like a certain kind of time.
Well, it's a breakfast and lunch place.
Yeah,
we don't have dinner yet. I mean, maybe that'll be restaurant number 3. We'll have the dinner.
Yes.
But
will you go shopping and be my private chef?
yeah, it's the book is great. It will guide you.
Yes.
On your way if you're wanting to make those healthy changes. The restaurants are amazing, but yeah, we're open. The Quail Acre shops are open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 3. Our shop at South Point, since we're inside the health club, they're open every day.
Yeah.
So are we.
Yes.
So we're open 7 days up there. During the week, we catch the early birds. We're there at 8 till about 2:30. And if we're there, we're open.
Right.
So even if we're cleaning or baking or something, we'll make you a drink. And then on the weekends, it's 8:30 to 1:30. Once it hits that noon, people are like out kayaking and stuff like that. So staying open later just doesn't make any sense. So we close around 1:30, 1:45 on the weekends. But that means we're there every day. So if you want to come and get your protein smoothie shakes, or this is for cellular health.
Yes.
Juicing helps to power wash your cells, and then you're absorbing all of this nutrition like directly into your cells and into your body. And the cucumber that's in here will flush your kidneys. It helps with your organs, and it's just all really good for you.
You should be in the schools educating the students about this nutrition too, because I don't think nobody's ever told us about what's good for you, what you should be doing. We're all like, wow, I gotta eat meat, you gotta eat this, you gotta season everything. We put so much preservatives, we eat so much. I used to eat, this is terrible, lean cuisines out of a box.
Oh, me too. Heck yeah. Back in the the dieting days, that was
I mean, what? I don't even know what it would taste like cardboard.
Slim fast lean cuisine, all of this processed crazy.
But times have changed. We have no excuse now. We got Sandi Kern here who knows her stuff. And if you are listening or viewing this from another state, you just got to go on. What is your website, honey?
Sandi Kern.
SandiKern.com. Okay.
Yeah.
Go to that. Desire to be well. Juicery.
Yep, desiretobewell.com and Sandi at desiretobewell.com.
Yes, and I'll have all that there. And Sandi, thank you for taking the time to educate me and the listeners and the viewers today.
Well, it's a passion of mine. So, from pain to purpose to passion. There we are.
Yes.
Jenny, I love you.
I love you too. She's the sweetest. I mean, we go way back, and I love supporting her. She's a woman-owned small business, you know, and we're all about helping each other. So I thank you, Sandi, for today.
Thank you, love you.
If you guys have any questions, you can contact me or get on her website.
Yeah. I have a virtual practice, so it doesn't matter where you are. If you need help, reach out and we can chat.
This could save your life if you're out there suffering.
Truly.
You know, so
if you're not getting the answers that you want, you're not satisfied with your, you know, what the doctors are feeding you. So just give me a call. We'll have a chat.
I love it. Enjoy your food. So this was another episode of Spill With Me, Jenny D. Healthy eating for the summer with Sandi Kern. Take care.
Come spill with me, 'cause